This is LTA. What's happening? It's your boy Dope.
What up, though? It's Farge. Let's get it.
We're gonna do a tribute real quick, moment of silence.
Good, man. All right, this one we gotta bring it to him, man. That's a sad song, man.
Yeah.
First of all, that's a sad song.
That's rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, man.
R.I.P.
There's a lot of people that passed, man. Rest in peace, Shiesty passed a couple weeks ago.
Man.
Rest in peace, Blue Ghost, man. That was the homie, man. Man, that dude used to slap box all day long, man, in the hallway when we was 12, 13 years old, man. Rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to that lady, the realtor,
Miss Bo,
the realtor lady. What's her name?
Monique Bo.
Rest in peace to her.
Rest in peace.
Man, it's a few.
There's so many. Rest in peace, Jamar Clark.
Yeah,
Black History Month.
Man, rest in peace, man. That's one thing we don't got control over is death, man.
No, that's the
that's
one thing you got.
That's one thing you don't have no
control. You get
control.
two things in this world: life, death. That's it. Everything in the middle is just a period of time.
It is what it is, huh?
Yeah, them the only two things that's guaranteed. You're not guaranteed to get $1 million. You're not guaranteed to have the baddest wife. You're not guaranteed to drive Maseratis all day.
Man, you definitely guaranteed you're gonna die though.
You're gonna die.
So what you want to do is
Ain't no way around
make your time count, man.
You got to
make your time count.
It's about impact. You know what I mean? It's a lot of impact, and you got a little bit of time to really impact the people around you. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So during that short period of time, you definitely want to cause as much impact as possible, and
touch
change.
Impact. Touch as many people you can.
Bring them in close in the short period of time that you have, because you only guaranteed two things.
Love and hugging people, man. So I guess we're gonna, like we already just said, man, Kobe Bryant, as y'all know, passed away 7 days ago.
Sad and tragic. That's a sad tragedy right there. It's a lot of conversation behind his death.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
It's untimely. For one, I thought Kobe was a lot older than me, man. He was only 41 years old.
41 years old, yeah.
You know what I mean? So just watching him and knowing that when I was outside running around, going to work as a young man, raising my family, this dude was out making millions, man, the same age.
Yeah, he got drafted out of high school, so.
Yeah, balling. Like, that's a whole nother level, man. And then to have those type of resources, he invested in his family. Every man's made mistakes throughout their life. So it ain't about none of the mistakes that was made.
What do you think, far as like, is it more of a is it more of an impact? Like, of course, he was a great basketball player, right?
That's true.
And the thing about Kobe was this though. Not only was he a great basketball player, what he was doing off the court though, the way he touched lives, the way he embraced the younger generation.
That's what I'm saying about impact.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Kobe was more than just a basketball player. It's a lot of basketball players that died, but you see it wasn't that same impact that he had because he embraced people.
I honestly believe that our generation grew up in so much pain though. You know what I mean? That we only could become innovators. We can't just remain in the same position. Our whole generation is like cut from innovators, man. Innovators in music, science, math, tennis.
Did you hear the boy bars? Kobe had bars. Did you know that?
Man, I saw
Kobe
him
had
jump
bars.
over a car, bro. He jumped over the Maserati.
Hey, Kobe had bars, so he was a rapper.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he was going to do first. Steve Scout signed him.
I ain't know that.
Yes, Steve Scout signed him to be a rapper at first. He was hanging out with Nas and all them. Like, if you hear Kobe raps,
he
oh,
got bars.
Oh, man,
he got bars.
The boy can rap, man.
He got bars, but
he's a biblical, psychological type of, well, you know what I'm saying? Like,
snapped though.
Yeah, he snaps.
He snapped on the court.
Oh yeah, see
so
that?
I'm glad he didn't just pursue.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though.
Rap music.
That's the thing, man. Like his drive and will to be great at whatever he did is something that all kids should pick up on, man. All people, his drive to be great for whatever he did is that's what motherfuckers should strive for, man.
He had a destiny, man. He had a short period of time, and in that time, you know what I mean, getting drafted young, going through life, making the mistakes that normal individuals make. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say every mistake is outbalances each other. A mistake is a mistake.
Yeah, I mean,
so everybody make mistakes, regardless of if it's whatever it could be. Everybody in life makes mistakes, man.
And I don't like the fact
I don't think he learned from it.
And I don't like the fact how they try to bring up the rape case.
Man,
Like, are you serious?
They bogus.
Yeah,
man.
come on,
they
man.
Bogus. You know what I mean?
You're innocent to proven guilty, and he won that case.
No, man, like it's the science of America.
Yeah, they always want to do that.
It's the science of America, right? So we, for one, have to understand that when we become powerful, you know what I mean, we become targets.
Right.
If you, in any world that you in, if you do your job real well, whatever job that you working all day, it's going to be people that attract you because of the job that you do so well. And then, everything could be taken into scrutiny, you know, if you become that strong wherever you are. You know what I mean? It's a sad reality to it.
It is, man.
You know, because they did the same thing, Mike Brown.
Right, yeah. The boy got shot by a cop, and they're going to say, well, he did get arrested for this and that before. Like, what does that got to do with anything?
It's like psychology. They minimize the sympathy so that most people don't try to relate, you know what I mean, to what they're going through.
Right.
So they'll say that this person did something so wrong that they eliminate the sympathy that they can have for a person that's going through that.
Right.
By smearing their name and saying, oh, well, he was stealing this down from the store.
Right.
Oh, now America was okay with
that.
that.
Marijuana in the system or something. Get the fuck out of here.
It's a justification for the murder of black men. Here it was, that young man was powerful. He was bigger than that cop, you know what I mean? And so, that cop ain't like that power. They knock us down, bro.
So, you know, like, every time somebody died that's famous, they always attach Illuminati to it, right?
Yeah.
Now, me personally, I don't think that has something to do with Kobe, so to speak, because I don't, you know, unless some other details come out to give it, to support that, I wouldn't put that on this one, on this murder, on this death, I should say. It ain't a murder, death.
I think you said it right.
I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying.
It's a conspiracy factor, though.
Right, but that's the thing. Until other information come out, like the pilot, you know, was connected to Kobe's wife, or something. You know what I'm saying? Until you get some more information, you can't do that just yet. You know what I'm saying?
But
unless they say Vanessa had a secret life will or something. You know what I mean? So you can't do that just yet.
No, Kobe was moving money. Kobe started moving money.
Yeah.
You know, and a man like that, young, like innovative, you know what I mean, thinking of different strategies. So he started investing in different things, you know.
Yeah, that's a fact right there.
I wish I would have
he was definitely into some
information.
He was definitely into investing. That was his whole thing.
Yeah. And you know, right now we going to war with China, and we was on the way to making a nice little deal with China. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I didn't hear that part yet.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, until we get more information. But you heard that part, then I didn't hear that part yet.
Yeah,
he was finna make a move with China.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, well, that could support some theories.
It might be
conspiracy theories.
You know, it might have been the games, but he became, you know, $100 million venture fund that he co-founded. As his investments included, man, a lot of things. Epic Games, Alibaba, National Visions, and LegalZoom. Like, he was on his way.
Hey man, it ain't never far-fetched when it comes to when it comes to that type of shit, man. It's never far-fetched, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, so if that's the case, do we have a chance then? Once you get this, okay, look at it like this: Martin Luther King.
Once he got to that peak.
Once he got to the point of where he realized the integration is what fucked us up. Once he got to that point, then he got murdered.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And he ain't get killed he ain't died from the gunshot. Come to find out, he died in the hospital.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they let that man die.
Okay, so then let's get to Martin Luther King. The doctors killed him, they say.
Yeah.
They said the doctors spit on him and suffocated him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's once he got to fucking with the labor shit. Once he got to realizing that the integration was bullshit, and he started fucking with the labor shit. That's when that happened. You know, he got shot. Then they killed him in the hospital. Is what is to be said. Now look at Martin Luther King. I mean, Malcolm X.
Malcolm X was another one.
Once he woke up and realized what he was getting taught was wrong, it was right, but it was going down a different. It was the wrong approach, right?
Yeah.
Once he got his mind right, he got killed, right?
Yeah.
It's a theme, man. They say.
I'm gonna put one out there. Harold Washington.
Okay, educate us.
Okay. Harold Washington, Chicago mayor, 1984 till I don't know when his demise came, but his demise came when he was healthy. You know, they say, I gotta remember exactly what was said, but Google Harold Washington. This is the research for the day.
Harold Washington. Let's
Washington
get that done.
from Chicago, Illinois, who was the mayor in between the dailies. So I honestly believe at that age back then that something happened to that man simply because he became the first black mayor of Chicago.
Okay.
After the dailies, and this was the 80s, and this right before, you know, crack really did what it did to our city.
Okay.
We probably need to check out all the cities and the mayors that was actually in office at those times, because a lot of the mayors, you know, might have been connected to a lot of crime. Okay. And Harold Washington ain't around no more, you know, because, you know, but he was one of those guys, you know, Kobe, you know, greatest of his game.
So that,
you know, I mean, because that's what it's really sad, but it's the epidemic of damn near all successful black men. So
are we able to get past that then? I mean, in that case, if they create the game, how can you beat them in the game if they know all the cheat codes?
Man, we gotta start figuring out the cheat codes. And we gotta start figuring out the algorithms surrounding.
I got one for that.
Programming for us.
I got one for that.
What?
Start getting your kids into legal situations. Like teach instead of throwing a football and throwing a basketball in the hoop, teach them to be lead them into Congress, lead them into being judges, the DAs, lead them into the system. If we want the system to change, we got to get our type of people in the system to change the system.
Yeah.
You dig?
We do.
We got to stop throwing the football, man. We got to stop putting the ball in the hoop. You know what I'm saying? Only 5% of college people make it to the NBA or the NFL anyway.
But and that's another thing about programming, right? So you got only these select few guys. They only allow so many to make it.
Exactly.
To that level.
So why are we teaching our kids to be lawyers, DAs, judges?
We caught up in what's been programmed.
What's been programmed. So that's the thing, man. If y'all out there listening,
the gang,
if y'all out there listening, man, listen. Ain't nothing wrong with sports. Don't get me wrong.
No, we all for it.
But
that should be something.
That should be secondary, though.
Right.
Our first game plan should be getting your kids into the system.
Yeah.
Congress, judges, DAs. Motherfucker.
Man, in all honesty,
Supreme Courts, all that type of stuff.
What I would really like to happen is if all these guys with all that money actually did something similar to that, except, you know, it's like collegiate institutions, you know, they are what they are, man. I believe that the whole education process after high school is a sham. You know what I mean? It's a way to get people programmed to work jobs all day when you can actually utilize your skills and create your own business and entity just by being who you are. So we get programmed and we thinking, you know, you gotta have that job. It fits into the American mainstream. And, you know, for guys that hoop, they figure shit, we out of here. I just hit $100 million, dog. I'm gone. But I would like them to learn something, you know, become doctors with it.
and you know a lot of athletes is broke after 3 years of their retirement. Music cats is getting a little better, but they're signing 360 deals like crazy. That means they own your whole. Like if you wanted to go do a commercial, they own majority of everything you do. They're gonna own majority of you. You know what I'm saying? So let's start getting our kids. Let's start pushing our kids towards Congress, judges.
It's got to be done. Senators, actual councilmen, judges, appointed judges. Like we need more judges.
We need a system, period,
system.
man.
The whole system.
We need the system.
Because it's like as soon as they make it, something tragic happens. And don't do too much, little boy, because if you do too much and start making too much money, then we're going to kill you. And that's how they look at us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't do too much. We'll kill you, little boy.
So we kind of went left a little bit. The whole thing was rest in peace to Kobe. But conspiracy theories always come up. That's always going to be there. And for y'all that think conspiracy theories ain't real, put it like this: if y'all keep saying it ain't real, that's how they gonna keep that's how they gonna keep pulling it. Cause y'all keep saying it ain't real, so ain't nobody gonna pay attention, and that's how they gonna keep pulling it. All of it ain't necessarily conspiracies. Don't get it wrong. Not all of it's conspiracies, but there is a such thing as the Illuminati. Don't get it twisted. There's 5 families. Look it up if you can. I don't know if you. You might gotta do a little digging, but there's 5 families. 2 of them is Illuminati, the Skulls, and there's a couple other ones.
Man, they go way back. I honestly believe a lot of the big colleges that was founded way back when got ulterior motives too, man. So schools like Princeton, Harvard, you know what I mean? These type of collegiate schools where, mostly prep boys go to, they learn a different way of keeping us in line.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, in all honesty, because they become disciplined and educated, they become the lawyers, the judges. But the thing is, there's not too many people in Harvard, so it's a lot of it's deep.
It is deep.
It's deep, and we gotta start looking at it like that. You know what I mean?
Don't be blind, man. Like I said, everything ain't conspiracy, but it's a lot of it is, man. So keep your eyes open, man. Don't be no clown out here thinking everything's sweet. Peaches and gravy. Peaches and cream, and you just getting a wool pull over your eyes.
Get life insurance, man.
What they say, if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. Go ball.
Get life insurance. Parents get life insurance on your children. Children get life insurance on your parents, and get life insurance on yourself. Everybody should have life insurance because there's only 2 things that you are destined to do. And that's be born and die.
And to die.